Hey y'all, welcome back again. Doing another fat loss update. You can see I've got a new addition. So I'm filming this on Sunday. Friday morning, I was walking early like I normally do, still dark outside. It rained at some point over the night too, but that's when I found this little one about a mile or so away. So on the road, soaking wet. Um, couldn't leave her there. She definitely would have gotten run over, especially where she was on the road. It's funny, there were 5 deer close by, but no other cats or anything. So I had to bring her back home, so she just stayed on my arm like this. And I got her to the vet. So we got different medications for her. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but the left eye, the vet's not sure about it. The right eye looks like it'll be fine. We're doing antibiotic ointment, and then we've got an oral antibiotic as well to help out with some breathing and things. But it looks like now we'll have 4 stray dogs as pets and 3 stray cats as pets. But she's been very sweet, loves to have attention and everything too. So had to film in a little bit different spot. Don't want cords around where she might get hurt or something like that. But anyway, back to the fat loss part. Um, got back on the fat loss diet, the rapid fat loss protocol. Let's see, like I said, with the maintenance, I gained just a little bit of weight, which is to be expected. But getting back on track, I lost definitely over a pound, or just slightly over a pound, or right at a pound from the maintenance. And so if you actually go back to what it was for the last week of the fat loss protocol before taking the diet break, it's around that 1.5 pounds. So the fat loss is staying on track. The one thing I do want to point out with that, again, people get kind of caught up and everything has to be done. And I've got to do all this cardio, I've got to do this, got to do that. This past week, I wasn't able to walk like I normally do. We had different weather. Somebody's getting a little, wants to move around some. But we had different storms and things, so I couldn't walk as much. And sorry, that's funny. So I was able to walk normally in the morning, but I normally do another walking session in the afternoon, and I just wasn't able to. I don't think she's used to me talking this much. So I'm sorry if she's hitting the microphone too and that's messing up the audio. But she's cute, it's worth it. So, it's a few, thousand steps less, several thousand steps less, and yet I still lost the pound and a half. I'm not doing exact cardio. I just go for some easy walks and that's it. So there wouldn't be a ton of calories lost with those, so that makes sense that it doesn't make a huge difference on the fat loss side of things. But I just bring that up because you don't have to do like hours and hours and hours of this endless activity to try to lose weight. A lot of it should probably be coming from the deficit with your diet. Now, I don't like, if I'm doing the long, slow approach, I don't want some huge deficit because then that's not a long and slow approach. But, I would like to add some activity in. And like I said, when I do this every year, it's when it's starting to warm up. That way I want to move more. I want to be outside more. I want to get the sun exposure and different things. So increasing the activity works out pretty well just for all the other things I want to accomplish with it. I don't just start walking more just to lose weight. It's definitely more coming from the diet side. So that's kind of what I wanted to point out there, that again, get the diet in order and then add some other things in, but you don't need a whole lot. Let it kind of do its work. And that's why you don't want to try to go on this huge deficit where you cut all these calories and then you've increased your activity. Now you're training with weights 7 days a week and you're doing 3 hours of cardio and things like that. It's going to be too much and your body can't oh, that's not going to be good. I can't let her do that. She might fall. So but you don't want to just have all that activity going on. That's going to definitely lead to crashes in energy. That's going to have a much more profound negative impact on your hormone levels and different things like that too. And again, it's kind of that relative energy deficiency in sport. It's just with everything going on, all the extra activity, the decreased calories coming in, it's just too much of a load for your body to deal with. And so that's why, cutting down on the activity some, especially when you don't have all the calories, it can actually be a useful thing. So, I'm sure like when I start more on my mass gain, trying to gain some, muscle again, I'm probably going to do more volume in my weight workouts than what I'm doing right now, because I'll have that energy coming in that'll support it. And so that way I can kind of maximize that muscle growth as best I can. But that's kind of the plan. So I'm probably going to do another 3 weeks. Might take one more diet break and then do just a couple weeks, or that might even be the end of this fat loss phase. So it's definitely winding down. Energy levels are still good. I'm kind of surprised how good they are. I haven't noticed any negatives whatsoever, other than maybe the addition of another animal. But she's sweet. I've enjoyed having her. The kids love her. My wife loves her. So this is a good thing. But yeah, so things are winding down. Like I said, this has gone a lot better than my previous experiences have. Energy levels stayed good. Don't feel like I've really lost any muscle mass. I'm sure there might be some lean body mass loss, but not much by any means. And it's been a lot easier than most fat loss phases have been too. So, and I was surprised how kind of easy the rapid fat loss part is. I thought with that kind of deficit, I'd just be absolutely starving, and I'm not, surprisingly, because I do like to eat, and I like to eat a lot. So anyway, that's my update. Appreciate you guys watching this. We haven't come up with a name yet. Trying to let the kids name the kitten, so when I get that, I'll let you guys know. But in the meantime, I hope you guys have a good one. Oh, one thing, if you look in the description for the video, I've added a link for Fullscript. They're a company that has all kinds of different supplement brands, so you can get a lot of different things there. So a lot of people like supplements and take things for their health. So if you use that link, you can get 25% off of everything, pretty much. I think it's everything. And then True Nutrition, been using some of their protein powders for years. There's a link there too where you get like 10% off. So if you guys use any of those things, hopefully that'll help save you a little bit of money. And like I said, just thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week and update you then. Thanks for watching.